Like it was.
They were never a nickel. They were a
Never
dollar.
nickel, a dollar.
Uh,
Shut up.
So then the other thing I did is I moved his dresser into the closet too, and like labeled it all for storage space. So I have like actual storage space for like shipping supplies and paper
Nice.
towels and shit. I'm just so pleased. I am
Oh,
so.
man. Isn't it
storage
great when you
space.
get your room? By the way, we're live. When you
Oh.
get your
Oh.
room,
Oh,
Hello.
oh shit!
when you
Live,
get your
hold on.
room in a
Why does he
certain
always,
way,
why do you always do that? Why don't
because
you
I'm
ever
hoping you'll
warn
say
us?
something stupid.
I do that constantly, even when we are live.
Welcome to Carpets and Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Claws
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Oh, we got the
Oh,
two.
That's
wait,
not coffee.
So disappointed in you, Lucas.
I was
Carpets
told
and
to-
claw.
At least
was-
I,
I was
I
told-
sold out a little bit today too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was told we had to use the coffee mugs, and we had to drink coffee. So
What do you have? A Wawa iced
Wawa
coffee?
Wawa cold brew. In
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I have the good old fashioned French press. It's gonna keep me up all night. It's,
you don't sleep anyway. Like, dude, we've been on herping trips where we get back at 2
Mm.
in the morning. You like cross your arms and sit in a corner like a vampire for about 20 minutes. And then you get up, drink another pot of coffee. And then when I stumble out of bed, you're there like I've just been writing notes on how I think carpet pythons do stuff. And like for the last, 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. You can't sleep on a herping trip, man. What are you, a sissy?
Not a Rob Stone herping trip. Those
Hell
are for
no.
weak people.
Yes.
Sleeping on dead.
Yeah. Well, today was Happy Snake Day for everybody. Happy New
Yay.
Snake Day.
Happy
Yes,
Snake
as,
Day, everyone.
As,
Happy
as we
New
sip
Snake
on
Day.
the cheers,
Happy New
cheers.
Snake
Yeah,
Day.
Cheers
Yeah.
with the appropriate
Yeah.
mug.
Yeah.
To you, sir.
Yeah.
To you, sir. To you, sir.
Christ.
Here's the thing.
New Snake Day and new Snake Room Day, kind of.
For you, yes.
So who wants to start off? We'll go around the circle, round robin on their new Snake Day.
Who wants
I
the talking
think-
stick?
I
Oh, and you get the talking stick.
no.
Yeah,
I
because
think-
you're like the guest on the show here.
I know, right? Thank you.
I
I say what we do is Riley has to go last because out of everybody, he got the new species.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I got this lovely stack of monsters to my right, which is Riley's Mad Hog collection because he's like, fuck these things, put them in a box and sent them to me. And I'm like, yes. And then I get them. I'm like, no, like, what have I done? Like, it's one of those things. Let me see. I think
Oh, he's going to show it live on the show here. Okay.
live on the show.
All right.
I
The
know.
Showing-
the 2-year-old's probably well behaved enough to come out. The other ones are liable to like fling urates all over you.
Woo.
That's good television.
Isn't it? So yeah, this is the 2-year-old. Captive born and bred.
She's awesome, man.
Dude, she's chill, but she's soaking up everything. Like she
Yeah.
is checking out everything in front of her and around her. But yeah, dude, the other ones, I got like the male pissed on me. And then the other two, I put them in and they're like nothing. Like I think they stopped huffing about 20 minutes ago. So
Yeah, she won't do any of that anymore.
dude, she is so chill.
That's
Like-
awesome.
Like she's almost like Western Hognose put a top hat on her, like well behaved for Hognose,
How dare
which
you
is
say that?
terrifying. He's
So- I'm not sure if you heard Jennifer Joseph on
Yeah.
Colubrid and Colubroid Radio, but she works with Mad Hogs.
Mhm.
nice.
That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some Pituophis talk.
Yeah.
people should, and
Yeah.
it's.
Oh,
one
and
of
do you
those,
have
like,
Pituophis? And if
Yeah,
not,
it's
why
pines.
not?
It's
Pines?
pines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got.
I was gonna say that's definitely your snake. It even looks
Yeah.
like one of those angry
Dude,
snakes.
I used to breed bulls, and when you were breeding bull snakes, you put them together, and then you went downstairs and you heard them screaming
Mhm.
at each other,
Boom,
like
boom, boom,
from,
boom, and growling.
and hissing and hitting
Yeah.
from like 2 floors away. So I have a pair of pine snakes, and then I'm actually getting more pine snakes. So yes,
I saw some black pines and northern pines in Anaheim, and I gave them an actual moment's thought of consideration before I said,
have
hell no.
I have always. The problem is that I've always liked black pines, and then I looked more into the northern pines,
Mhm.
and then somebody's like, "Hey, I have pied black pines, so they're black and white. I'm like northern pines. He goes, no, different. I'm like, but I don't.
Yeah,
it's like different designs of cows, and I'm like, I don't. It's still the same fucking thing, right? No, it's totally different. All right.
Oh, and you need the set. You need like bull snakes. You need gophers and
my cousin Shane. I'm like, pick a snake that you can work with, and we'll get you set up. And he picked bulls.
Good choice.
He has a bull snake that's double het albino and white-sided, and then
Nice.
I grabbed him an albino white-sided male.
Dude,
so he's raising them up. So
those
I
will
have
be
them.
perfect.
So they're down the road, and I've done bulls before, so I like them. I'm starting to try to do some more colubrid crap, and colubrids and rough scales is what we're trying to do here.
No, that's good stuff. But albino white-sideds are it's a beautiful animal, and they sell really well, so you don't really have to worry about sitting on lots of babies because they'll just fly right out the door.
Next year, my white-sided black rat snakes are going to go.
Yeah,
and they're both het albino too.
Yeah.
So I like them because everyone, again, it's like Otis talking to you about the rainbows. I forget they're there because they're on autopilot. So then I open the drawer and I'm like, oh shit, that's right. You guys are breeding next year. So it's
nice.
Yep.
All right, Lucas, your turn for New Snake Day revelations.
New Snake Day. Our generous and benevolent leader, Owen.
That is my title. Yes.
Witty SOB.
Yes. His Womas, his pair of Womas that he so lovingly put in those bags.
Listen,
he's going to miss them so much.
Riley evicted his Mad Hogs, and I evicted my Womas in much the same fashion, okay? It was much of the
eject
these things.
Although your Womas definitely didn't go like this along every wall of the cage with urates and feces.
No, they just bled me, and then I sent you the picture last weekend of Melissa, who's like, she's like, you're just very mean to them, and then the female bit her and wrapped her up, and then like had both her hands like this, and I'm like, honey, you okay? I'm fine. You need some help? No, and she's like, no, I don't. And then like for 10 minutes, and I'm like, do you need no, and then
quiet
I'm like,
you.
Are you bleeding?
No.
And I'm like, okay, whatever, fine, whatever. So yeah, they needed to leave with extreme prejudice.
Yes.
So yes,
mine are sweethearts.
Yeah. No, most of mine are too. We'll see.
So what does that put your total group at now for Womas?
Many. What does that put your total group at for Aspidites? Are we now past the point where there are more Aspidites than there are?
Not including babies.
Yeah. Do you have to change your name now?
Well, I guess Womas are still in the center, right?
No, but Centralian, he means breadlie. He's not talking about the center of Australia.
I think there's 10.
What's up, Tony?
Well, no.
No, there's still more Brettles.
That's not counting the babies.
Of course not.
Why can't you count the babies?
Because that's not fair. And
you're still taking care of them, right?
No, but
he
wins that way.
The babies, having the babies was weird because, everybody that you ever meet asks how many snakes you have. And I had the number, it's 26. But then as soon as there were babies, I was like, shit. 70 something.
They're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like 49 of them just became things.
But it's like when you're at 10 and when you're at 200, it's the same reaction. Oh God, it's like it doesn't. Anything above 2.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But I obviously I have more Womas than I have blackheads, but it's getting close. The Aspidites versus Brettles, not counting babies, bar graph is neck and neck. So.
Right.
I can get you more blackheads. I just need a can of spray paint in your Womas.
Yeah, I loved what you wrote on the packing slip. It was like, description, like rare orange head morph blackheads.
Yes. Well, it's like every page I have, their lineage, and if I didn't produce it, I just write shit. Like I just write crazy stuff. Like I sent a wild caught Mac over to Dennis, and I wrote in Lineage two Mac lots that were somewhere in a jungle somewhere, and so for Lucas, I wrote, I don't know, some Womas, or maybe orange blackheads. Like, I don't know, what do you want here?
Like possibly Womas, Womas. So that's awesome. That's new snakes, and then I got an Aki.
Yes.
So
all right, we have to talk about how like these lizard shit is taking over.
So like, I just basically in addition to Eric going full monitor man and me being like, dang, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Since I've been working at the Vivarium again, I've actually been like hands-on with the Kimberleys and the Akis and yada yada yada, and I was like, okay,
they put them in front of you. Yeah.
Once you're working with them, and you really
it right there.
Get it, And then we had babies hatch out last month, so I traded my boss a Bredli baby for an Aki.
So Aki, and Kimberly, whatever, and then you have a Savannah.
Yes.
So
you used to have something.
I used to have Niles and Mangroves and a Mertens.
Yeah. So you're just farther along than us.
No. There's no.
Okay, fine. You're not more further along than us.
Right.
You're behind us.
So far behind. Yeah.
What's not to love about both, man? Why can't you be both?
You can do both. I not right now. Please, God, no. Maybe when Zero's dead. Like
so.
Jeez.
So you have sulcatas.
Oh yeah, you're a shell man.
Shell man. Shell guy.
I don't know how to argue this. I do not have sulcatas.
Big tortoise.
One very large tortoise, and then there are 3 little ones. So
sorry.
I would like to introduce for the first time in public. That is Owen, Lord of the Kimberly.
Surveying his kingdom as he does. I mean, yes.
For our audio-only listeners, this is the name of one of Eric's new Kimbos.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you're not listening to NPR, and what the hell? Right. So, yeah.
Lord of the Kimberly.
Is that one just the most hurtful, or...
Yeah, it's just the most, it's like one of those.
One.
Yeah, like I hate the world.
The one that is clearly in charge of the fucking tank is Owen, Lord of the Kimberly. And it may change. Just whichever one is leader.
That's fair.
So, real quick, I just want to have everybody remember that this weekend, Saturday, is the Northwest Carpet Fest.
Yeah.
It's in Seattle.
It's somewhere in the Northwest.
Yeah, that's in the Northwest, right?
Yes.
Bigfoot territory.
And
yes, and yes.
Yeah.
Puget Sound Pythons is hosting the event. Owen's got nothing. You stumped him. As soon as you're talking about the hairy man, things just go.
No. Because I can't engage, because then people will send more shit to my house. So.
Right. Which whoever is giving out that address, man, we gotta leak.
We gotta nail that. Nail that around.
You're dead. You're dead. Yeah. You're dead.
I apologize.
Stop giving my address to people.
So Justin got some really cool knobtails. He got a male amii, which that's a species I want to work with at some point, and vertebralis. So that's pretty cool. Way to go, Justin! Woohoo!
According to my
congratulations
book back there, written by some guy.
Just don't forget to produce some inlands, please, Justin.
Yeah, I second that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Slow it down. God.
Yeah, it's still my turn. What the hell, Owen?
Yeah.
You're talking so much.
I'm Owen. That's.
I'm aware.
Ouch.
I'm just
I
kidding.
thought this was
all right. I will use my.
Show.
May I use my demotion card now?
I haven't demoted you.
Okay. I saw it in your eyes. Yep. Aki is awesome. Aki is really small. Aki is in a little tank in the living room, away from other things, right. And Yeah, it's been very interesting. I haven't had to set up a heat lamp since my leopard gecko in middle school.
It's weird, right?
It's very weird.
Are you just up against the glass and this tiny little lizard is like going about its life and you're
yes
following it?
So for those who don't know, my good friend, my housemate, just moved to Scotland. His name was Tim, so I named the lizard Little Tim, and I brought him home the night that Big Tim left. So it's a direct swap, and I'm basically just hanging out with the lizard now instead, and it's
so
great.
Now you're paying for that Tim's rent.
Yeah, Tiny Tim is not helping you with the rent anymore.
No, that is true. But what Tiny Tim does have going is that it's freaking adorable,
lizard. Yeah.
And it's so smart. I can already tell. Like, I feel like, you know how human babies are really dumb. I feel like Ackie babies just kind of hatch out with like a working brain, which makes sense because there's no parental care.
They got to survive.
Yeah, human babies are stupid. Yeah, Lucas. Okay.
So yeah, it's like the precocial thing, and it's super cool. It's only been a day, and the Ackie has already kind of figured out my patterns, my routines. Or I guess a couple days. But like, even if I just leave to like go to the laundry room for a sec, when I come back, like the Ackie will be out. Like it knows when I'm out of the building, and then as soon as I come back in, it scurries back into its hide. You know, it's like it's learning what its surroundings mean and what is going on, and I just can't stop saying, you know, clever girl.
You went through all the same things. Okay, so I'm not a total idiot.
I mean,
they look like velociraptors. It's
great.
Man.
Yeah.
I love it.
They got a bunch of different kinds of bugs. That's another weird thing. I have to have bugs.
Yeah.
So I've got a container of crickets on my little like apartment balcony so that they're not in the house. Got mealworms in the fridge, and I got dubias, but it only eats the crickets so far. Doesn't like the other stuff.
Now I have seen some really cool things with like the tree.
You know what they love more than anything? Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
The little what are they? Butterworm,
waxworms.
Yeah. That's
I'll give those a shot too, for sure.
Tomato hornworms when they get big. That thing's like a caterpillar that we used to feed to a lot of the shit over there, and that's awesome.
Yeah, if you can get them while they're small, those are great. The waxworms, dude, I'll throw 30 of them in a dish for my Egyptian crocodile geckos, and they'll be gone in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, we called it crack. It's like hacky crack.
Yep. Cracky.
So yeah.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah. No. As Ryan Cox put it, I guess we could say lizards and liquor.
Over on yours. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I'm happy. And then I'm rearranging everything behind me because I moved my bed into the other room. And so now there's all this space and I have no idea what I'm going to do. So everything is everywhere. And
Lucas, I know what you can do with that space.
Yes.
You can buy one of the available baby blackheads off of Nick's website and account for another blackhead.
Well, so that's news to me that he posted those. But what's not news to me is that he has already saved me one.
I was gonna say because these are posh head.
They don't understand how the inner circle of mutton works.
I would say
unless he forgot. I hope he didn't forget. I'll text him.
He was acting way too calm for blackheads to just hit the market and him not know about it. Like from Nick, like he was like, "Oh no, yeah." I'm like, he has something. He's done something. Like that's Eric like levels of cool. Where he's like, "Oh yeah, no, that's a cool snake." Oh, and I have 3 of them on their way here.
Dude, did you see this?
Yeah, I've already bought it.
I look at it every day. What are you talking
about? That was one of the ones when the Wilmina scrub thing happened. It was also just like, and of course also a blackhead.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's good, but it's also it's chaos. It's chaotic good.
Yeah.
Well, you have so much more room for activities. So now, more cages, more
room
racks.
for activities, and I have positioned myself to get a significant discount on cages from work. So that's what we're gonna do.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. And thanks, Jason. I hope it does. But that's it for me.
Eric.
Oh.
What did you get?
Hold on.
All right, take your time.
My screen moved. Okay.
Everybody just stare at him.
Okay, fair enough. Oh man, what the hell? There we go. All right, I'm trying to pull the picture out. Well, anyway, I'm going to give it a whirl. Here we go.
Instead of moving on the conversation, we'll just wait for you. So.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a lot, bud.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Now I'm panicking. I'm texting Nick.
Now I don't know what to do.
I'm so used to.
So used to them helping. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But thanks a lot, pal.
You're welcome. I'm always here to aid. But oh shit. Riley, let me know what I got to do with these geckos.
What do you mean? What do you got to do with them?
I need to keep them alive for a little bit, I think. So
if you need to keep them alive, set them up in literally anything that's vertically oriented, and then they'll eat anything from rapashi to fruit flies to teeny tiny crickets.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, they're easy.
Need rapashi. That's
so
a tiger.
What is that?
That is a Balin Russian tiger.
Oh, that is freaking nice.
Yeah, you can see where it's going to be really, really good. Looking at like the red that's coming in on the door on the side stripes, that thing's going to be badass. Yes, thank you. Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, I like these solid stripes. Yeah.
Yeah. And the head looks awesome with a faded look.
So I know a lot of people talk all the time about the whole idea of not being able to outcross stuff and all, but I feel pretty confident with the red tiger stuff. I got the Yakapuri Depot stuff. We got the Molly Ringwald Reds. We got the Balin Tigers. We got the Balin Red Tigers from 07, which are have that unrelated male. The Peterson stuff, all unred. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yep. Good. So I was telling Owen before the show started that I think with my carpet python morph projects, like as I cut them down and sort of like, send them out into Morelia land all around. I think like as far as like the main morph project I'm going to work on is tigers. It's going to be all kinds of tigers. And I mean, you can't beat a tiger.
You really can't.
Plus, that it's polygenic, so
right.
Yeah, it's more fun.
And if you're going to limit yourself, I'm going to limit myself to tiger. There are so many things you can do within tiger that are insane. And I call dibs on his hypos when he starts losing his mind and ditching things. Okay.
No, well, hypo tiger is the ultimate tiger. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like they are.
Nick has some available on his site for $3,000.
It hurts. It hurts. They're so gorgeous.
He's also got a male up there for $1,500, just a male hypo.
It hurts. They're so gorgeous. I can't.
He also has.
See, this is another
in Queensland waters.
And again, this is nothing on nothing with Nick or anything like that. It's just that the whole morph thing to me, it just never worked for me because I slow grow shit. And I bought my hypos. I want to say they were like $4,000 and now they're like 1,500. And like, I could get a tiger hypo for the price that I paid for the hypo. So to me, I don't know, man, I'd rather do nerd out on snake stuff than calculator keyboards shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's by the time I would get any project up to speed, it's just like, up to size because I slow grow stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just bad at that. So
I'm sorry. You
truly,
want to keep
I'm not
the
into it for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so anyway, that's my
very cool.
Cool. And last but not least,
Riley.
So, I mean, we can also start with what I got at the Anaheim show, I suppose, because I guess that counts.
Let's do
that. But that didn't happen today, but we'll bring it in. So we'll lead into my new snake day today. So let's see if I can pull it up here. But basically, I don't know if I can pull it up. Waka waka.
Can't share the screen?
I can. Here, I got an idea. So let's do.
I guess you could message me and then.
I'll do this, and then closing this,
and then click that, and
there you go.
There,
computing bleep bloop bloop.
Can you see that?
Thank you, Lucas. No.
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 Podcasting. No dead
Yeah,
airspace.
no.
Just
All right.
bleeps and bloops.
Well,
Yeah,
then, here, I will pull it up. And what are you, Lucas? What noises are you making?
It's supposed to be robots because you're
Please,
computing
God,
something.
stop.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
all right,
it's
I'm done. All right.
Fired.
I thought it was funny.
So fired.
All right, now I'll use the card.
Now
then.
you'll use
Yes.
the card. I gave him a free get out of demotion card, and he's already burned it. It took him.
Oh dear, oh dear.
At
I
least an hour.
filmed the whole unboxing. I still have to edit it, but I was kind of, before I opened the box, I was like, this guy always fires me. It could be snakes or it could be explosives.
I mean, oh, you killed Eric.
Speaking of explosives,
Oh my God, what did you do?
I don't know what's going on, you guys.
Riley, did you erase Eric?
Well,
I
that was
didn't-
weird.
There was a power trip.
I don't know what's going
Riley
on.
Tried to take command.
I give
Oh,
up.
oh my goodness, we're having a horrible session here, fellas.
It's going insane. Oh,
Well, I'm having a great time.
yeah.
to answer Jeff's question, my white lips are fine. Stop asking. I know why you're asking. I will never sell them to you. Like, it is just constant, Jeff.
Here, I will send him, Eric.
Yeah, send them to me, and I'll.
Yeah,
I'll-
we'll
I'll
just
just
do
put
that
them
way.
in the chat here. I'll
Tell-
show you
tell-
our personal.
Tell
So-
people what you got.
So I'm sending 2 of them, and then you can put one up. Put the pop one up first.
Oh
um,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
all of that photo
Oh,
was
yes.
taken in some rather warm temperatured light in my living room in quarantine.
Ooh.
Chris Sharp has actually had this animal for a while. He's been trying to, sell me her for a minute, and I just I'm not really in a huge rush. I've got plenty of animals, limited on space. But then I'm walking around the show and I'm at his table and I see it. I'm like, what's her story? And he tells me he got her from this dude who picked her up from a breeder at one of the Pomona shows years ago. And he's just had her and hasn't done anything with her. And he gave her to me for a price that I just couldn't ignore. So she came home, and so she's in quarantine, and she's awesome, and she's big. She's actually bigger than all my other Popwin girls, so she's pretty set. And depending on timing and how well she goes with quarantining and doing some testing, she might make it in time for the season. I doubt it though.
If I saw this
Nice.
animal at a show and did not buy it for Eric, he would not speak to me.
Yes,
Like,
this is true.
This is one of those.
Yeah.
This is one of those like IJ level animals that I'm like, it looks nice, which is weird for me to say.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
You know what it is?
She's
It's that
really
Clean.
more orange and nice in
It's,
person.
it's the blending of the orange all the way up to the back, how it fades. That's always what does it for me there.
The thing that I always loved about IJs and just carpets in particular, but IJs, pop ones, whatever, they seem to have it more than anything, is that they have this black scales that outline, I'm going to call this chestnut, right?
Mhm.
Or red. Sometimes it's orange, depending on, which one you're working with.
Mm.
But then that contrast with this almost, I don't know it's not yellow, but it's not white. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like what, cream, would you say? Like,
Yeah,
or,
Like goldish color
Yeah.
kind of a deal. Yeah.
like almost a
just
beige, like a
pops.
light,
Yeah.
like a buckskin, we'll say.
Creme
Yeah.
brulee.
there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. So like that contrast is just spectacular. And when you get that creme brulee buckskin color here,
Oh, stop laughing.
Well, and so
Because
then
that creme brulee thing is going to live now forever.
It
Thank
is.
you, Lucas.
yeah,
I'm gonna
very
now
good.
call her
Oh,
that
yeah.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather I went with
It's like-
custard? That's the color.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like now it's like, oh yes, it's a fancy dessert like Python. I'm like, it's just beige, like whatever. So
Quiet you.
All right, khaki. Are you
Thank
happy
you.
now?
Thank you. Thank you.
But because that's so clean on this animal, man, it just she really pops.
Yeah, and she's got a lot of stripe tendencies, as you can see, kind of in
Hell
that
yeah.
section behind the neck. I have the perfect male for her. Ironically enough, from you, Eric, I think she will
Oh.
complement that Tiger IJ male quite nicely.
I was gonna ask what boys you had lined up for her, but I forgot you had the Tiger IJ. That
I could throw him. I could throw a male from Jacob Bratz. I could throw.
Don't you have a granite boy run around there somewhere?
I have a granite female.
How dare you?
Why?
You
could. I could throw one. I could throw my F1 male red man.
Why no love for the granites? I don't understand.
Well, I just have a female. I have a female visual. I'm raising her up, and I just maybe. Damn it! What am I doing? Maybe I should go buy a visual male too. Thanks, Owen.
I mean,
you're a good friend.
I mean, maybe. Otherwise, you're just gonna be sitting there going, and now there are more heads. Like, yeah, which is not a bad thing because granite is something that needs to be outcrossed.
I do want to specifically make hets for that female. The female granite that I have, she will be going to like a completely F1 outcross, never touched granite line animal.
You know what? You get it. You get a granite male. You can breed him to whatever the fuck you want. Make outcrossed hets this year, then make granites the next year. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very good at spending everybody else in this group's money.
Yeah.
That's my specialty.
Yeah. This is why we can't talk after 9 o'clock. Right here. This is why the rule was in place.
Rules are meant to be broken.
That's why you have rainbow boas. That's why you have blonde hogs. That's why you have giant hogs. That's why you have more giant hogs.
And the speckled hogs, I'll blame you for them too.
Ian was talking about Craig's.
Dude.
What the hell, man?
Oh,
he was sending me pictures of these animals, and
we can't get those, can we?
No. Well, the thing is, it's like I don't know if I can share it here, so I'm not gonna. But like, you can go to his page if you know Craig, then you know his IJs are just like incredible. So we're sitting there talking about it, and he has these what I would consider A+ animals. He's like, I got to make room. So what do I do with this one? And I was like, well, I don't know. Throw it in a box to me and Riley. We'll gladly
send it to me. Yeah.
I said, we'll find somebody to get it or ship it or, I don't know.
Figure it out. Yeah.
But man, dude, to your point, Ian, just top notch.
It's him and it's Tim Tyndall where it's like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I can't have it. Like, it's not within my grasp. Like, it's that kind of stuff because it's and that again just shows you more and more of what you can do with Morelia if you zero in on something and really work at it, how it pays off down the line.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Should I post the next one now? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then today's new Snake Day comes by way of Stephen Cush out in Indiana. He produced some Mog Schofield inlands and kept a baby for me.
I love the head pattern. I love that when their head patterns are just pretty much like
it's the perfect animal. It's a beautiful female.
Perfect pet carpet.
Perfect animal, just all around. My first reaction was like, "Whoa, who needs Axanthic coastals when you have these?" And I felt bad for saying that because I love my Axanthic coastals. Everybody knows I produce those, but like, what the heck? This thing is nuts. So I take it outside. I was like, I need to do this before I put her away in quarantine. And I'm looking at her, and I'm getting her close, and I see the blue under the scales. Like, it's legit blue.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the hell?
And it's a cold weather tolerant python, so you can unplug the room when you leave or in winter time.
Yeah, I've been saying it for probably 3 years that I've been wanting to get them, and I've just been holding out and haven't been able to either make it work one way or the other, just opportunity reasons. And this way, it finally worked out. And yeah
man.
So
now you get it.
Yeah, I get it. Now I need like a handful more, please.
So Riley will be doing IJs and inlands. Lucas is Expedites and Breadlie. I'll do coastals and colubrids, and then Eric will do IJs and lizards.
Wait, I've got jungles. I
have inlands too.
What about all my striped jungles, bro?
Everything's been assigned. Stay in your lane.
No, striped jungles. I'm taking over that lane.
All right, that's fine.
Taking over that for the States. Eric and I have already talked about it. We've been looking at the stuff over in Oz. What, ZMAC?
Yeah.
I have just as many false water cobras as you.
You have more than I do.
Oh, never mind.
You have like, well, yeah, you have. I have 2.
Oh, I have Nova Guineas too, dude.
Why?
I want
See,
all
why?
of them. I want the
Nova
set.
Guineas.
Oh,
want
and
the set.
we don't need to
Nova
be in lanes.
That's right.
No,
What is
I'm gonna
that?
just weave across all the lanes on the freeway and piss everyone
Without
off.
looking, just diving in between.
Having more fun than the rest of you.
This is what me and Riley are trying to replicate.
Do that because.
Yes.
But that's the
Come
problem.
on.
Is I think when you see people that have striped jungle projects in the U.S.
Nobody has striped jungle
Right.
projects in the
Nothing
U.S.
like
What are you
this.
talking about?
Nothing like
They
that.
had these half-ass projects that they quit after it gets like a semblance of a little bit of a stripe, and they're like, "Good enough." I'm like, "No, keep going." And then
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like,
I
I would
think
have read it to a jag. Like
Me and Riley have decided we're conquering the world of the striped jungle.
Yes.
All you banded jungle people and high yellow and this and that and whites and all that stuff. Yeah, whatever. Do your thing.
just
we're
promise
going
me
striped.
that when you get it, you just start calling it a tiger jungle, just so you know that somewhere. Nick
Oh, yes.
is
For sure.
like,
and then
Nick's
we'll
like,
take ivories, and then we'll take his ivories and we'll line breed for striped ivories
Yeah.
and call those tiger ivory jungles.
Ivory tigers, and then
We'll just
White
screw
tigers.
everybody
We'll
up.
call them white tigers.
there you go.
There you go.
Nick's in his basement. He's like, "What? Like, what? Like, it's just
And then we'll do it with the gelatins and call them gray tigers.
gelatin
Ah.
tigers."
How dare you?
Ah. Yeah.
I'm on a
Well, really,
roll.
IJs are the only thing that's outside of my lane, believe it
Yeah.
or not. Because everything I have is from Australia, except for two things.
I mean, if you're talking geographically
IJs?
correct.
Yeah. And
Go
an
ahead.
Angolan.
Incorrect. Incorrect, sir.
What else?
have-
Don't you have water
You
pythons?
got a retic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Oh,
about that. But that's
right.
not
They're
mine.
not on the continent.
They're not mine.
They're in your
They are in my house, but they're not mine. So
Whose
they
are
don't
they?
count. Garrett's.
and you have scrubs.
Yeah. Well, they're sort of like my cheap version of King
They're
Horn
not
Eye.
King
They're
Horn Eye,
Marukis, so they're
so
like
no,
southern
no.
form.
Incorrect. Next.
So when you can't get the Australia form,
just-
you go with the the New Guinea form that's right there. That's it. That's what
Oh,
you,
okay.
that's it. So that's how you go. That's an all. No, okay.
Oh man.
All right. What's
So
the- what's the-
and speaking of snakes, Eric, let me know when you are ready for your evil as sin female F1 Popwin carpet that is straight up the devil, dude.
is she worse than the male?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Good.
Yes. So
Amy-
today
Amy's a good project.
I was cleaning her this morning and she was asleep under her hide. I pre-prepped the new tub that I'm moving her into. I pick up the water bowl and move it. So the very last thing I have to do is pick up the hide and get the snake, right? So it's as quick as whatever. I could use a hook, but screw it. So
no time for that.
I take the hide off and I put it in there, and she doesn't realize that she's asleep. So I just kind of went whoop and like clawed her right in, and right like midair, she realized what's going on. And as I let go, she's like, "Hi-ya!" And just like just savage, dude. And then she
Wow.
sits there and she's like, "Whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
wah,
Oh
wah,
yeah,
wah."
man. Yeah.
Like they're
You hear
just
the-
awesome.
You hear those Steve Irwin noises? That
Oh yeah, dude, it's in my head all day,
Whack.
all
Whack.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's fun.
Yeah,
I-
that
I-
one is so fired up that when the male is so fired up when he bites, he pulls himself back like he's on a slingshot, and then like shoots like
Whole
Yes,
body. Like,
she
he's
does
one of
that
those
and then
whole body
flips
guys.
over.
Yeah.
She'll flip over.
Yep.
She'll flip over and flip over in recoil, dude. Like
It's hilarious
Excellent.
when they're tiny. When they're big, it's like, please no.
Well, I found, I don't know what, let's talk about this for a second. I found that most carpets that even when they're like that, they chill out as adults.
They do. They really do. And I
except for your Xanax.
Well, the Xanac IJ line is just, I don't know,
Mean.
man.
it's
They're
just
not-
mean.
They're not
It-
pleasant animals.
Yeah. I don't know. When they were over there in Germany, I don't know if something happened to them or whatever. But
I would say most
Okay,
of
yeah,
the
like-
carpets, yeah.
And this
Is that-
is your girl, Eric.
Citrus Tiger albino.
Albino?
girl?
Yeah, that's your girl.
Oh boy. Yeah, she's
Bad.
fired up too. Wow.
Nice.
Holy hell.
Yeah,
It's-
she's insane, dude.
It's one of those things where, like Eric said, I do believe a lot of them tend to calm down. It's just one of those things that it's very hard to get past the annoying teenager phase. Like babies, fine. When they hit that like 2 foot, 3 foot mark, and they're still acting like little assholes,
and then it hurts.
That's where I think a lot of people kind of quit. But it's just a little bit further, because then once they hit that 4 foot mark and they start chilling, or they go down for their first winter, they just don't give a damn.
Yeah, that is very true.
And that happens with a lot of pythons. I will say. Yep. I have a 6 foot water python that doesn't give a fuck.
We've talked many times about that snake.
No, she's an evil creature.
There's always those exceptions to the rule.
You can see that one in the Touring Owens house video.
She got bigger.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Is she the size of the one that we found in Australia?
The first one, yes. The olive python, no.
No, the one in the tree.
The big
no,
one.
not the one in the tree.
Oh,
no.
Right.
The one we found on Fog Dam, I think it was I don't know. It might have just been a stick because I was in my fever dream and you guys could have just been lying to me. But yeah.
No, it was a water python.
Okay, good. Can we go now? Yes, Owen, we found one, and it's just like a stick on the middle of the.
Come on, man! You had some kind of adrenaline. Yeah, you had some kind of adrenaline shoot through your system when you found that snake. Come on, even though you went, look, water python.
and then the adrenaline went up, and then we found that slaty gray, and then it was one of those cool, and then it's like one of those you have like coffee, and then like you're crashing immediately. So yeah. But yeah. She's about that big, and I'm trying to breed them again this year. But
here's one for you, Lucas.
Yeah.
I just came across it as I was looking for the water python picture.
It's an ugly blackhead.
Yes.
That's interesting.
That's the one from Keith.
Oh, that's yours.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, bring it back.
It's within reach.
So, wait, is that your male or your female?
That's a female.
Okay.
I forgot you. I haven't.
Very cool. You know what I was gonna say?
Does he have more of those?
Keith,
I think he's breeding them this year. Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. Keith is one of those guys that like he handpicks his freaking animals for every single project. So his womas are kick-ass, and then his blackheads are just gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't seen pictures of. Well, I've seen one from Jason that's pretty incredible. He has a Swiss line one.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, and I mean, like, what is it? Keith got like a pair of Cali Kings. He's like, I don't know, and they're like high white, gorgeous, and I'm like, Jesus, like so. Yeah, it's one of those things where those womas are badass, and
that's a really nice one.
Here's one that
really good parents.
Not a lot of eyebrows on that one, but really good thin banding.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever shared this. This is a 2nd generation poison ivy baby.
I've seen these. Ooh. Yes. Look at it.
Oh,
that's cool.
I'm so in love with that snake.
What you got to understand is when these things fucking hatched, like it looked like a normal IJ.
Yeah, it's normal.
With a little bit more black, and it's just been bleeding black as it grows. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
like
awesome.
All here just fills in.
And the head too.
And this is like one that's kind of light.
Yeah. But he's been like I watching those fucking things grow.
Look at Riley's little square.
Riley, back up, buddy. Back up. So
Riley,
what happened?
You have a dark female? Please say female.
Yes.
Oh,
perfect. And your box that you're getting will be one of them.
Oh my God! Riley has been chosen.
Breathe.
He's officially a child of darkness.
In and out. Well, dude, it's that project. I mean,
we have to see where it goes. You know,
you have to, and it's also one of those things where it's like the founding animals are gone, so like it's good that Eric is going to spread it out a little bit.
Yeah,
and see where it goes, and also if something befalls, that the collection's not gone or the project's not gone. So, yeah.
If something happens to me or whatever,
Oh yeah, because I mean, if something happens to you, all the snakes have to come here, and I can't breed IJs.
Yeah.
So the project.
And Lucas, this is yours when it hatched out.
Ooh.
Oh,
is that
look at that
the banded IJ?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's a carpet.
Good Lord. Owen, quiet
What?
you.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
The banding.
Intern. Like,
Oh dear.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
that's going to be an interesting animal.
Wait, so what are you sending me?
What am I sending you?
Wow.
Stuff you don't have that you
Yeah.
need to balance your Morelia aspidites imbalance.
The hell is wrong with you?
why is everybody yelling at me?
What is happening? What's happening?
Oh.
Stripey me likey.
Now, that's not your holdback, right?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I think that's the one that's going to Lucas.
Okay.
Holy crap.
The holdbacks are so pretty.
I'm very excited.
It's like when you have I don't know. It's sort of like the Keith thing. When you pick nice animals, you get nice
Get
babies.
nice animals, yeah.
Oh, look at that thing.
Yeah. There you go.
Those are wild. Oh, that's striped.
Yeah.
That's
The
got
ones that I'm sending to Justin are super nice striped.
Yeah. We have to suck up to Justin.
Yeah.
He writes books.
some-
I just think he's an awesome dude. So
Yeah.
he deserves some gelato.
Yes. It's the only reason.
Does he not have them?
No.
Apparently not.
Okay, then yeah, hook the guy up. He needs
Told
some. Damn.
No, wait, I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're just looking through Eric's photo catalog right now. Hey.
Showing people the projects.
At least it was the safe file and not the dirty file.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is going to be
The
going
dirty
with
file meaning full of hybrids and stuff. Nothing.
No,
naughty.
those.
This
must
is
never
the
see light of
nail
day. Yeah.
that's going with Molly Ringwald.
Molly. Yeah.
So it's the red
Nice.
male. Yeah.
He's very
That's-
pretty, but much pretty in person.
That's cool. That's a
Yeah.
really cool look. Very unique.
Well, you kind of want, like with reds, it's like it doesn't take that many generations for the color to really start like blowing people out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And Molly's already a step above a lot of shit. Like
Sure.
that Jag that I got from Eric that was from V and Molly. Like I sent you guys pictures of that girl. It's like she's orange inside her saddles of like color I've never seen before, and it's nuts. That's a
Citrus tiger,
I
if
like
I've ever
that.
seen one.
That's a citrus tiger.
That's my favorite snake of all time.
That's
That-
awesome.
That's the mom of the albinos.
Oh yeah,
That's she looks
Super
just
nice.
like my girl.
yeah,
Just
man.
like them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're identical. That girl's in shed again. She's been eating like a horse and just growing and putting weight back on. She's
Nice.
she's only what, like she's 2016, so she's only 5.5.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Very cool.
That
Cool
is
stuff.
awesome.
I like that snake.
I like it.
I like
I love
snakes.
it.
Okay, you're being very helpful. Thank you. Good content, Lucas.
so this past weekend was the Anaheim
Yes,
So-
Molly
oh.
2.0.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Lord.
gorgeous. If I Eric's like, oh yeah, man, come get one, and I'm like, I'll take that one. You can't have that one, but I
Yeah.
want it. Like it
Yeah.
was very much you can have any one but this one, but that's the one that I want. So
Nope.
Yeah,
nope.
no, can't have it.
I'll wait. He's gonna make more.
Yeah. Hopefully this year I have a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But oh, and then
Sorry.
so what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say that this weekend was the Anaheim show, and Justin, who's in the chat, and Chuck were cruising around the show wearing Reptile Fight Club shirts
Nice.
and masks, walking around, and I'm sure that was some good exposure for the show, having the shirts there, because it's a very recognizable, iconic cover for a film, and then spun into that. So I'm sure that got a lot of non-involved people to start looking into it, and then they were going around also doing some recording. So the next episode that'll be coming out is going to be pretty good. So everybody needs to go listen to that. Just a little
Cool.
plug for another one of the shows under the umbrella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be
I'm
up
excited.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely need to catch that. I didn't know exactly what their approach and plan was, and then I talked to Justin about it, and he told me, and I think it's a very refreshing take on getting some feedback on some of the reptile controversial issues of today and getting some interesting and very unique perspectives. So I highly recommend people listen to it. I'm looking forward to listening to it and learning a bunch, because knowing the diversity of people that were at the show and the odds that they probably talked to a very wide span of those folks, I think it's going to be pretty eye-opening as far as what perspective people lend to these things, because we see them differently being from, you know, behind the table or breeders and stuff. So
Yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
it'll be interesting.
Lucas keeps challenging me to.
I want to fight somebody.
I don't like. He keeps like. He is an angry little intern. Like he keeps challenging me
Lucas,
publicly.
you should
to
fight
Reptile
Brandon.
And
Brandon
Wheeler. Yeah,
I-
Brandon Wheeler the whole time was like, fight, let's fight, let's fight. He's trying to start fights the whole time. I'm like,
That's not
Dear
what
God.
Reptile Fight Club is. It's not beat the crap out of each other. Calm down.
he's just
So,
all
I
hyped
know
on
that.
it. He loves the
would
format.
you
He was
prefer
all
that
hyped.
I say I would like to scholarly debate you?
Debate, yes.
Yeah, that's how it should
Yes.
be done.
Oh well, Owen, I
You're
would
in-
love to
you're in-
scholarly debate
no.
you.
No, it's a
You
conflict
crush
of
'em.
interest.
See, but what? No,
But-
no.
But
Who'd you
Owen's
say that
wit,
to?
Owen's wit is the ace in the
That me or
hole. He
him?
pulls it out like, yeah, and then he's got you by
Who
the
are-
balls.
Who were you backing, sir? The
What?
intern or the dude who was your co-host for 11 years?
I don't,
Let's see.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Eric, just go neutral. Just go neutral.
Yes.
Leave
I'm,
it
Wow.
there.
I'm Switzerland.
I'll just put that out there. My thing is,
Bullshit.
I've talked to Chuck. I just can't think of a good topic. So if anybody has a topic that they want to fight me on, let's do it.
Mm.
I'll just put it that way.
See, that's the problem is I would do that and then I would lose the coin toss and I'd have to debate like the upside of hybridizing like retics to Timors and it would be killing me the entire time. But I think I could make a good argument which would hurt me because then like what like it just I'd have to
I have an
leash
idea.
myself.
What do you
I
got?
have an idea,
Oh, okay.
Lucas.
Okay.
We got to find out what episode number Fight Club is on, and let's find a good anniversary, like a 20 or 30 or whatever, and then we'll have an intern fight off.
Okay. As
you and
in,
I'll just fight.
you okay?
Fight
I'll,
the intern, yeah.
See, I have two thoughts. First thought, I'm down. Let's do it. I'll fight you. That'd be great. Other thought is interns versus the OGs.
That's a great idea as well.
Mm.
That's a tag
Excellent.
team match. We got to
Because
have
if
some
we-
rules for that, though.
If we
There has to
pair,
be tap-in rules in order to just keep it, you know,
gotta-
like
one
without people
person's gotta-
talking.
Right.
You
One
know,
person's
yeah.
got to talk from each team for a point, and then you got to click off.
yes,
It's like
nobody
baseball.
can carry.
And
Yeah.
for something like that, I would think that the topic can't be a surprise. I think, given
point counterpoint. Yeah.
I think we would all probably like to at least know a day or two in advance what the topic is. Because if that's going to be a 2v2 face off, that's got to be a heavy hitter,
Yeah.
and it needs to be done right.
I'm here for it. And if we tie Owen to Eric, he can't say no.
You can't.
Is it that fucking obvious?
All right.
I'm down.
That's how
Okay,
a lot of
so-
podcasts have got me on their
So
show.
there's
they
my
drag
pitch.
Eric.
There's my pitch for Justin and Chuck. I want them to go take that around and digest that and see which one, you know, warrants a certain milestone for their show, because let's face it, it's just going to keep going. So I think it'll be a good, like, you know, at this milestone we have this one and this one we have that one. Like maybe the 2v2 is like episode 100 or episode 50 or whatever. It depends on how fast it's growing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Speaking of anniversaries, at some point, like Eric and I got the one coming up in October for like 11 freaking years of this shit.
Mhm.
Wow.
So it's like,
Have you guys thought
It's
about
pretty crazy.
the anniversary show?
no. I mean, I bet your Rob's doing something.
No, me and Robert were sort of going back with ideas and stuff, but I think that we wanted to do something different because we've done the clips for like the past, you know, years or
10
whatever,
years.
and I just think that I was gonna throw the fight.
Never.
Yep, they will. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
we're
all of a
trying to
sudden-
think of something different. We thought about having like you know, maybe like little, you know, guest segments to where it's sort of like like you got 10 minutes or something like that of people that we've sort of
read it all together.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things we could do, but
you have 10 minutes to come on the show, compliment the shit out of us, and then you have to go away. Next one up. What do you love about us?
Kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
What did you bring as your gift?
Hence why Owen doesn't run the
you have to come to the Podfather and pledge fealty. Otherwise, that's how this works.
Or 40 lashes for
exactly.
You come to me on the day of my podcast 11 daughter wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. You can ask me anything that day.
Yeah. That's how I keep getting the snakes. I have to ask Eric on the day of the podcast anniversary. He can't say no. So he hides from me now.
This is true. It's true. I think so. Officially, like the official start would be next Friday. Would have been when I did the first solo podcast that was just horrendous, man. It was just it's horrible.
Oh no.
Oh, Justin says it's a deal. All right. Fight Club. Woo!
Riley, I'll meet you at the gym.
All right. Y'all believe me.
I don't work out. Man.
We only drink
fanboy strength.
Yeah.
You guys,
this is the muscle we use.
We're studying and they're like doing a Rocky Balboa like montage. It's like they do know it's not a fight, right?
Hey, Lucas, we should film a good montage, by the way.
I think, okay, I'm down.
Your editing skills, we could pull that off. We'll get
like
some
my
sweats,
unboxing segment.
Gray sweats, gray sweatsuits, the whole nine, headband.
You guys do all that.
And Eric, dumbbell and my dash hounds.
Yeah. You guys are working out, Eric's studying, and then I'm like just sitting there eating chips. Like it's like
Lucas is in like one of those bench things doing like crunches with a book in hand, like just lifting like massive weights while reading a book.
Yeah, it's that's nuts. That's good stuff.
Eric and I could climb the Rocky Steps. That's a lot of steps.
Oh yeah, that's in your hood.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Speaking of hoods, there was a double murder down the street, or like right next to my shop Sunday night while I was out of town.
Yeah.
In case anyone was curious, it was at a funeral at like a little pool hall right next to our shop.
Who told you? I mean, what?
From what I heard, the PD knew exactly who it was. They saw it on camera and everything. Like, oh yeah, there's little JoJo, and so I was like, little Ronnie. Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess it was the regulars, but anyway, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good times. I was in Anaheim having a great time.
There you go. Good.
What was the coolest thing? One thing that you saw at the show?
Yeah.
If I had to pick one thing that was the coolest to me, it was probably the normal phase lace monitor that I saw on Sim Container's booth.
I do love normals.
It was priced a little higher than I expected, but I guess supply and demand is what it is. And coming from them, they can, they have the reputation and quality behind their name. So,
that's badass.
But there's a beautiful juvenile, snout to vent. It was maybe 9-10 inches or so. So it wasn't huge. It was still small. Maybe that's an overstatement. Maybe it was a little smaller than that, but it had the blues coming in, really nice banded. Mm-hmm. I loved it. I had to look at Tony Doerr's ugly mug a little bit. So that was unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
He started with the bald and bearded thing. I just do it better than him. So that was a drag. No, Brandon Wheeler was there too. He walked in and walked up to this booth, and he's like, "I want that cage. Actually, I want to buy everything." They're like, "Well, those are already sold." He's like, "Okay, well, I'm buying whatever's left, and I want you to come outfit my entire basement." And the guy was like, "What?"
And then he
wow,
was that real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's outfitting. He's getting the basement converted, and so he's going to do it legit. And I think everybody should pay attention to Morelli House on that front, because he's going to keep his indoor like upstairs spot, but then on the bottom, he's going in the basement. He's going to have it decked out too. So he's going Scrub City, of course, as everybody knows. So
he's been doing a lot of YouTube videos as well. So probably we'll be able to actually
watch
that happen.
He's been making a compilation of like the progress of it being like.
That's awesome.
He showed me video clip of like the flooring getting done and some support walls and retaining walls and outlets and stuff like that. So he's putting it all together. So
nice.
Yeah.
I wonder which cage company it was. Do you know?
He jumped off of it.
It was a local company down in SoCal somewhere.
For sure.
I can't remember. Tony might know. He might be able to chime in on the show.
For sure.
Since everybody's on kind of a monitor kick, sans Owen, there were a lot of Ackies over at Sim Container's booth. Alan had some Bradley over there for sale. And then there were some Kims at the show, some babies, but they were on a table from a gentleman who I'm not going to say anything about, but I personally wouldn't buy from this individual. But there are still convicted smugglers, fronting around these parts. So I just personally wouldn't buy from that individual, but they had some beautiful Kims on the table. There was a lot of cool colubrids around the show. I put blinders on for the corn snakes around the show. It's just like, I'm not looking at any more corn snakes. I have 9. That's way too many already. Like, if I bring a corn snake home, Rachel's going to freaking kill me.
You were doing well finding all the shit I kept telling you to find me. And then
you said I found 2 out of 3 in like 20 minutes.
You did. And then you were missing, like, the problem is that I tiered it. And I'm like, if he finds this, I'm going to have to buy it. And luckily you didn't find those. Thank God.
so Repti Homes was the cage company, if anybody is wondering.
Okay.
Cool. They do a lot of stuff, PVC, melamine, a few other things like that.
Cool.
Sounds like they take custom orders and have some standard sizes. The product looked great from what I saw on the show floor.
Nice.
And they seem pretty nice.
Doing that, like outfitting your entire basement, I'll tell you right now, it's not a cheap thing to do. But once it's done and everything's uniform and put in there, and especially if you get custom size stuff that fits your room completely, like every inch kind of a deal, it does boost you up to kind of like the dude farting around in his basement to like, oh shit, we're doing a thing now. So
yeah, so Brandon's doing it right because he understands his order is large, that this guy already has other standing orders, and his basement's still in progress. So he basically was like just letting the guy know he's serious, putting a small deposit down to be like, look, I'll buy this cage as a deposit, and like, here's a video of my basement. You're an hour and 45 away. Can I pay you to come and just take measurements, and we'll start planning this out? And because it's going to take the guy time, he has time to save, and pay him incrementally, so on and so forth. So it's really cool to see somebody doing it that planned out and that strategically with animals that aren't even of size for what he's trying to put together yet. Like, he's thinking like 5 years in advance for the animals he currently has.
Right.
So, it was pretty neat.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and you think I'd learn at this point, because this is never tell Riley to find something for you.
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time. You'd think by now I'd learn.
Apparently
I don't.
Here's a PSA. If you tell me to find something and I'm at a show or I'm looking around, or you think it's something and I can find, better be serious about it, because I'm gonna find that damn thing for you.
You found some interesting walnuts.
It's annoying as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's funny how people mistake lines for morphs and then charge more for them and tell you to face a bunch of stuff. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's
leaving it at that.
Show, everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
that's
here's
just how it goes.
That is how it goes. And I think, as much as we want to like poo-poo big box stores, there's a place for it. As much as we want to poo-poo jobbers, there's a place for them. It either gives people their first mistake and their first speed bump, and then directs us when they correct their course to folks like you guys, or it just gives them an example and then they go elsewhere. One of the two happens. Either way, they figure it out. So it's not all bad. Unfortunately, some people kind of get a little bit screwed along the way, but we can at least do our part and take good care of them, in the aftermath. That's how I like to think of it anyway, because at the end of the day, maybe they're not trying to be malicious or negative. Maybe they just don't know better and they're just doing what they do. And that's, who are we to say, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I tried to start. I think we did this before, and one of my projects was to add to the website slowly, because I think that you should support the people that do things the right way, right? And one of the biggest questions that I get all the time is like, somebody will contact me. I don't know about you guys, but they'll say something like, I'm looking for so-and-so, do you have any available? And like, if I say no, I don't have any available, I also sort of want to make it so that they can go and find that person breeding X. So
Right.
what I was going to add to the website, which I'll show you, it's not up there yet, but so like, if you're looking for carpet python breeders, I would think we would all agree that these guys are probably some of the best. I know there's other ones or whatever, and we can add them as it goes. But then I thought like you can add like monitors and just anything that we have, if it's green trees or womas or
do we trust those guys over at Aussie Addiction? I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, who's Nick Mutton?
They're crafty.
That's
I'm not
a
sure
weird
about this.
name.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you're giving these guys their first little bump into the carpet world. I mean,
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Like they even need it, right?
I mean, that's helping a lot. So you're
Well,
welcome.
I think we've sort of had we had to have some type of hand in Nick's success. I mean, come on, man. We talked about him for like 5 years.
Dude,
you also probably paid a year's worth of his salary in snakes to him.
Well, no, I'm saying like
probably
one of his Corvettes has to say Eric on the vanity plate. I mean, at this point,
it'll say his new plane will be EB Morelia.
This Corvette I call the Hobbit because it's small, little, and one paid for it. Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Too good. It's too good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's awesome.
I don't know.
That'll be a good resource for sure.
Yeah, and I just think that, and if anybody if any of you guys want to add something to it, just let me know and we'll add it in there or whatever. I just think, rather than we're trying to be more focused on the positive rather than focus on the negative, and
which is hard because there's a lot of negative. So
well, let me interject here because I do owe all three of you guys an apology, plus our audience for the last month or two ago, like a month ago and before, weeks prior, when I pulled myself out. I was a raging asshole for a couple months because I was so fucking stuck on the negative. And I just took it out on everyone. I just took a flamethrower of shit and just those were Brandon and Tony's descriptions, by the way. Very
was that what they said?
Very graphic. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
No, and Tony and Brandon, being good friends, spared. They didn't mince words. They were straight up with me, and I appreciated it. And so I've been on this whole inner research of trying to not focus on that. So the first step is admitting it. Second step is apologizing for, just being an asshole. And unfortunately, for a moment, not a great representative of myself or the network and things. And that was hard for me to swallow for a while. And so that's a part of what I kind of had to come to terms with and unplugging for a while, is that I didn't like what I was doing and saying and why I was getting so fixated on shit.
Yeah.
So I went back. And I just went to the snakes and just unplugged for a little bit.
I'm glad you said that because Eric told me to remove your NPR tattoo, and I was going to have to attack you with a cheese grater the next time I saw you, and I didn't want to do that. That's the other part of it. I didn't want to find that either. I don't know where it is, and it's
tucked away.
I'm not okay with that.
It's tucked away between some things.
That's not all right. I'm not good with this. So yeah. But
damn it, Owen.
The Podfather ordered, so I must.
Oh man.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Owen smelled a good moment, and he had to go to cheese grater on butt cheek tattoo.
Well, you gotta, again, and we talked about this when you had that moment of stepping away. unplugging from the bullshit and from social media and stuff like that is something everybody should probably do every once in a while, just for your own goddamn sanity. Now, as far as tattoos and cheese graters, we'll forego it for now, but it's out there. Always know it's waiting.
I have 2 cheese graters here, a large one and a little one, in case you have big hands like I do. The big one's a little bit.
Doesn't the girlfriend use a lot? I'll take that one. So
we use them both.
Damn it! All right, well,
bring your own cheese grater.
Yep.
It's man, it's hard, man. It's hard when it's all man. It's tough. I went through something similar myself, and there's like a year of NPR where I was just like
angry.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like he's like one of those tiny chihuahuas that is just like mad at the world.
Well,
Dude, I saw these. I saw this couple, Eric. I saw this couple that reminded me if like you and Dory got old and like went to shows together. They were pushing around. The wife was all like decked out, like in her Sunday best.
I know where this is going.
Pushing a stroller, that like a baby stroller with her freaking chihuahua in it, wearing like a frilly, lacy necklace. Get this. The husband, although his leg was in a boot and he's on one of those knee scooter things, had a basket with his chihuahua in it, all decked out, pimped out. They had like covers for them, like license plate things, jewelry, bedazzled. And the chihuahua, they get all nervous. This one guy, like,
dog.
Exactly. It's just a little different. This one guy, the dog got nervous because like some guy was walking by, and the big dude, he's like this burly, tattooed LA guy. He like goes up to his dog. He's like, "Hey, calm down, Nino, calm down. It's okay." And I'm like, "Dude, that's Eric, except like Los Angeles tattooed Chihuahua version, not Philadelphia snake dachshund version."
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I was just like, wow. I watched them go by. I was like, those people are so perfect for each other.
It takes me back to that one show where
I was just going to say this.
Dory made him carry Roxy.
Wait, hold on. I have to tell the story. This will be great. So there was this show, and it's sort of like when me and Owen started NPR, and he was doing the show in PA, and it was
it was a pet expo.
Like it was a pet expo, so they had all horses,
everybody,
dogs, and, everything was there, right? So Dory decides, my wife, she says she wants to go, so I'm like, okay, let's go. I said Owen's going to be vending there, so we can go and check it out. And I think you had a Halmahair on your table.
I had a lot.
You had a white lip on your table. But you also had a ball python on your table, right? So at the time, that was a no-no for the Morelia world, right? So I go over and I take this video of Owen's table, and I'm like, oh my God, Halmahair scrub. How cool. And I like go down to it's like the tower, right?
Oh my God, it's a white lip.
I go down to the next one. I'm like, black white lip. Wow, you don't see these at all. Amazing iridescence.
And it was like an albino. It was like an albino ball.
And I go down to the next one, and I'm like, oh dear.
Like,
oh dear, oh dear. I can't believe I'm in a podcast with this man, right?
Yep.
So like I'm thinking I have the upper hand, like everything is good, right? And then next thing I know, me and Dory are having a conversation before we leave, because we had Roxy, who's like the little miniature long-haired Dachshund. She's like the tiny one.
Yeah.
And we had just gotten her, so she was like this big.
Very
like tiny.
Yeah.
So Dory puts a bow in her hair, and she, all that stuff. Like, okay, oh God, right? So I'm like, I was like, you got to keep this kind of low key, man. Like, I'm going to this reptile show.
I know people here.
There's going to be people here. They're going to be thinking like, what the hell?
Honey, not in front of my friend.
Yeah,
exactly. So we get to the show, right? And she's walking around with the dog. So I figure like, no big deal. But then she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. Can you hold the dog? And I'm like, we have to go over here into the corner, right? So I'm like hiding in the corner holding this dog, and then me and Owen's eyes meet, and he's like
right in front of my table. He's facing the wrong way, and he's got this little dog, and he turns around, and he's like right in front of my table, and I don't think he meant to be there.
No, I did not.
He and I lock eyes, and I just raise my phone and click. Like, It's one of those like now we're Russia and the
even.
United States. The nukes are pointed at each other.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like we don't talk about the ball python. We don't talk
Yes.
about Roxy. All right.
That's right.
Yep. All right. Agreed. Yep.
Here I am, like petting her, like
That's hilarious.
It's like
That's
this little like he's a
fantastic.
Bond villain. He's like a little tiny dog with these
Mm.
little bows in her hair. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Love it.
It's great.
That's hilarious. That's so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that was a long time ago, man. Holy shit.
So it was young Owen when he thought like his stupid little soul patch on his chin was cool. Thank God he's dead. So,
Lucas can't even do that.
Why are you saying that as if it's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy buying razors?
You
No,
think I
I
shave? Does this look like I shave?
Well, point taken, but you know what I'm saying? I don't even have to think about it. Like,
yeah,
Me neither.
that's
I'm with
10
you.
minutes I get in my day, you know?
the last time I saw my chin, I was in Eric's bathroom and I had made many poor decisions, and I had to shave my entire freaking thing. And then because my father paid the $500 for me to have to do it, So-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very confused.
That was a carpet python or a carpet fest
Carpet
auction.
fest,
I
yeah,
had.
that was a
Yeah.
carpet fest, and I
Wait,
made
put that back on the menu. I'll pay.
never. I saw it, and then I'm like, this will never happen again. So yeah.
Never.
How would is Melissa pro beard or anti beard or doesn't really care?
I have to keep it in check. Apparently, if I let it
Okay.
get like Gandalf or ZZ Top style, it
No
will
good.
It will be cut in the night.
Okay,
So
fair
it
enough.
must be kept clean.
I
and
will
ready.
say if you get a nice like kit with like comb, brush, oils,
Oh,
and balm, and
I-
like get in a routine with it every morning, dude, they'll be like,
It helps.
okay, it's soft, it's nice,
Yep.
it's tidy. Yeah,
I just got a nice bottle of oil.
makes a difference. It
Yeah,
helps keep
it-
it full. It looks healthy,
Yeah,
not
the only
patchy and
issue-
gross.
Is it's
Well-
flammable?
Only issue is that it's Dr. Sasquatch beard oil that was sent
Oh.
to me as a thing.
Oh, wait, is
You
that
hate
what-
using that every moment, don't you?
I
Did
haven't
you get
touched
like
it.
a whole thing of the Dr. Squatch stuff?
I got
It's a whole
Because
All right,
that
all right,
stuff's
all right,
good
all right,
stuff. I
all right.
use their soap.
all right. Someone who I have no idea who you are, you bastard, sent me the Dr. Squatch Star Wars edition soaps.
I saw
So
those.
There are several, which I am using the Obi-Wan Kenobi You're My Only Soap one right now, which smells amazing.
Hell
And,
yeah.
So
Oh, that's great.
there
I
are
gotta send
those.
those to Nick.
So they sent those, and then also they sent the Dr. Squatch beard oil, which I haven't used only because I already have beard oil and I'm not going to open it up, and a Keep Squatchin' mug, as well as several Sasquatch stickers and a poster. I don't mind that you sent these things. I do mind because I don't know how you are, how you got my address, and that's a little creepy. But there's no card or anything to say thank you. So thank you. Please don't do it again. Like it is. I don't know who these people are, how you get my addresses, but
Hey,
I
they're
did figure out who
horrible.
sent the spices.
That soap's not cheap though. I mean,
No,
it's
it
good
isn't.
soap. I
It
like that
isn't,
soap.
And again, I tell this to Melissa. I'm like, I don't have fans. I have a very well, very well organized group of trolls. Like, Eric has the fans. I have people out to get me. So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
Yes,
Yep.
that is true.
so again, thank you. Please stop because I don't know who you are, and it's kind of creepy that people have my address.
I feel like I should get some intern points for the fact that that is my soap, and I've never sent you a picture of it.
Yes. You get 10 points.
Like I have that in my house, and I never looked at it and said, "Owen."
You're not one of those people that instantly see something Sasquatch and goes, you know who might enjoy this?
Exactly.
You've kind of ruined Sasquatch for me, Owen.
Thank
I got to be
God.
honest.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm sorry. I ruined
I mean,
your fictitious
like-
monkey.
I'm super into that topic, and I remember me and Josh Swensel when we were in the Southern Carpet Fest.
I'm slowly wearing it down to where people are just going to deny it just because I've constantly said that it's a giant fake monkey.
Yeah. So when we were kind of like, what were we talking about? We were talking about something, the show or whatever, and then somehow we got on the subject you, and he's like, "Yeah, Owen really doesn't believe in Sasquatch," and I was like, "Oh God, don't even bring up the topic, man." And I said, the funny thing is that I've never said one way or the other to Owen whether I believe it or not, but he sort of just assumes that I do.
Well, it's gotten so bad that the last time we were at your house for something, your father's walking around in like an "I believe in Sasquatch" shirt
Yes,
that he wore especially for me.
He's like, even trolling you.
The levels of this trolling bullshit.
It's legendary.
There was
so you let it bother you.
Yeah. There was a guy that painted my house when I was a kid. His name was Rick, and my dad ended up going fly fishing with him. And on said trip, Rick told my dad a bunch of stories about his encounters with Bigfoot in the wilderness of California fly fishing. Ooh. He claims that a Squatch came to him up on a ridge. You know, he was in the stream.
Brain is
up
melting.
Comes Squatch on the ridge, rips the tree out of the ground.
Oh, for fuck's
and
sake.
throws it at him and then runs away. This was a true.
Continue on.
This was a true story told by the guy that painted the house, and it could have been the paint fumes or it could have been Squatch. We'll never know, but that's kind of, you know, that's just what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to.
Fair enough. You can come back, Owen. We're done talking Squatch.
No, this is an animal that apparently goes from California to Maine to Florida.
I'll mute you again. Don't make me pull the mute button out.
That was an interesting story, Lucas. Thank you for sharing.
I think that you should be careful with what you say about Squatch because they might throw a tree at you.
It's a gorilla that was never hit by a car anywhere in the United States.
My favorite thing is when we would drive to Tinley, there would be like trees broken, and I would just be driving and be quiet in the car, and I'd be like, "Yo, Owen, do you think that that's a tree break?" I think that's a tree break, dude.
It's better at like 2 a.m. when we're looking for snakes and we're tired and we're fueled by nothing but like gas station iced coffees and whatever we can put in our mouths, and you're like, "Look at that, Squatch was here." I'm like, "Shut up."
Oh yeah,
I think we even trolled you in Australia.
Yes,
with Sasquatch.
Yowie.
Is that?
No, it's pronounced Yowie. I have the book.
Well, do you believe in
No.
the Yeti?
No,
But that's
No.
ice. That's the ice one.
you're right. I'm sorry. It's from a different place. Yeah, that's right. You bought that in Australia.
That's when we were in Darwin. We were drinking Bigfoot beer.
Constantly.
Nice.
It's a constant.
No, it wasn't
thing.
Darwin. It was somewhere else. But yeah.
No, we were out
How
there.
are you on Loch Ness Monster?
A plesiosaur that exists in a Scottish lake? Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
But
See, this guy just has no soul.
No.
Yeah, man.
He just
What the
likes to
hell?
use big words to distract you.
Plesiosaur is a big word.
It's a moderately sized word.
For
It's
me,
like
it's-
12 points in Scrabble.
for me, that's a big word, bro. I mean, come on.
All right, a dinosaur.
There we go.
I like turtles.
Excellent.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's one of them things. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
you'll never know. But I find the topic interesting nonetheless.
What did Nipper say? Where he's like, I know Owen is out there attempting to photograph his for his love of cryptid.
Yeah.
God, it was the exact words, like the whatever the hell they call themselves, cryptozoology or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like, I
don't
know
act
he-
like you don't know what they're called. Go ahead.
Shut up. That's an actual study, but no, never
I
mind.
get a degree in it.
My
Yeah,
friends and I started a cryptozoology club in 3rd grade.
See, Lucas is on board.
I'd be really surprised by that.
We all had to bring in a document and a story each week. It was pretty good.
You did this to yourselves because this was like an after school club. You gave yourselves homework.
Yes. Yes.
You're
Yes.
a weird kid.
Yes. This honestly, if we look at where I've ended up, it's not a surprise at all.
You're a weird kid. So.
Yeah.
Clearly, the steps to this spot have all been, yeah.
Everything's making a lot more sense now. So.
Ooh, Robert brings up a good point. What about mermaids?
Those are manatees.
Yeah.
Those are drunk sailors saw manatees.
No, but what about the special on Discovery Channel?
Stop it.
What about sirens? The stories of the sirens that would lure wayward sailors off their course, and crash them into the rocks.
Bunch of dudes suffering from scurvy, seeing shit and hitting rocks.
Okay.
I don't.
Before we move on, because I think this is the most important one. I mean, I get it, like all these earthly things.
What
It's
is happening
unbelievable.
here?
But what about aliens?
Oh yeah, totally.
You got to believe in aliens.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, we're good.
All right.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
The universe is too big.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to unplug our program. They're like, these guys are ruining that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These monkeys are breaking the world.
Yeah. They're going, the ones that like
Yeah.
animals are okay. Save them for last. But at the rest of them, the ones that don't recycle, get rid of those.
Once
100%.
Once they show up, I will immediately volunteer for treason. I for one welcome our new alien overlords.
Take me. That's nice. Oh yeah,
Hi.
snakes.
High yellow IJ.
Oh.
Yes, please.
That's a nice one.
I'll take 3.
I wish that I could
I don't believe in
show those
narwhals.
Walmas, but I don't want to bring them in.
Narwhals.
Narwhals are absolutely a real animal.
I don't believe in narwhals. Fake animal if I ever saw it. What?
God damn it, that was good. Hey, if there are rat snakes that can have a horn on their face, and then there's a mammal with a horn on their face, why can't an aquatic mammal have one?
Now, the funny thing is that you want to talk about like reptile world crack. Rhino rat snakes are one of those things that people will break down your door to try to get babies after you announce that they like my rhinos just laid eggs, and people are like, are you selling any? I'm like, they're eggs right now. Like it's I don't know yet.
Yeah,
So,
them and Barron's racers.
yeah. I mean, something about it.
What do you
the
think?
snake-
It's just the different.
dude?
Well,
It's the disarming like because it's got a horn.
It's the
People
face
are like-
boner.
Exactly. People are like, "Aw," and it just sucks people in because it's interesting and it disarms people. Like, I have had numerous people.
Especially because they're born like glued to their
up
face.
to their head, yeah, up, it's bent up.
Yeah.
And then it like a day or two, it goes think. Like it's one of those things where, like, I think I've had people come over to my house who don't want to see any of the snakes, but will be right up against the glass looking into the rhino's tank because it's something about the rhinos is just it just takes away all the weird snake, I don't know, stigma or whatever.
I wonder if they'll still have the same level of popularity in like 3 years.
I don't know. I would hope so. But and you see the problems with those things now is they have the high blues, and that's all anybody wants to talk about. Because like my one female is kind of blue, but people are like, oh, is it going to be high blue? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I've never seen a baby grow up. Like I've just seen them when they're little and gray, and then they leave. So and I can't sit there and be like, they're high blue. Like no. And I'm not going to do that. So people are doesn't matter. I still didn't have to list any of the babies I produced last year, and I still had people trying to knock down my door for babies this year, and I didn't have any.
Right.
So yeah,
It's interesting.
They're the new MBKs.
they kind of are, and it's one of those things where I had a friend of mine who actually got a adult rhino for I think it was like $150 because every once in a while when they rub, they can actually lose the horn, and because it's no, it is nothing but soft scales. So it'd be like getting a scar on the face, like permanent nose rub. So they can rub off the horn or damage the horn to the point where it falls off. And they look like those green rat snakes, or I forget what the ones that they're called. That pretty much looks like a rhino without a horn. And people like once that happens, they're like, oh, and they get rid of it. I'm like, it's not genetic. Like it's $150 for a hornless rhino. Hell yeah, I'd take that thing. Like, why not? So. But that just seems to be this push for kind of funky looking snakes. stuff that's kind of off the cuff.
Yeah.
So
There were a fair amount of vendors in Anaheim that had mostly or all imports on their table.
really,
And I think that's because a lot of folks were anticipating Dan Malary not being back, and so they were going to just capitalize on the import market, and then Dan Malary was back.
Dan just
Yeah.
kicked in the door and she's like, ah.
So he and he's got a bunch of stuff still coming in, so like he's doing really well. But it was nice to see because it meant that the show was full of diversity. So there were like Egyptian false cobras, there were armadillo lizards, there were mad hogs. I saw yellowtail crebo. I saw
Yellowtail Crebo.
yeah, it was $1,000 for a subadult male. He was maybe 5 feet or so, fit in a deli cup like that big, coiled up. Beautiful looking animal. There's just a lot of cool selection of stuff, and I think what's happening is people are starting to see the oversaturation in some of the mainstream markets and maybe looking for stuff elsewhere or realizing their interests lie elsewhere, and so that's why we see a trend towards some of like, I mean, if you don't realize it, it's all like solid color animals, like solid black, solid white, solid green, solid blue.
Yeah,
It's just because it's catchy. It's eye catching. People want something that's visually appealing now versus
Right.
the same thing in a different color.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I want to get. I love my unicolor Crebos, and I do love blacktails, but I think the next ones are going to be yellowtails. They're just they're drastically different. Like a unicolor and a blacktail are pretty much the same fucking thing. Just one has black tail.
Sure.
Yellowtails are so different when it comes to how they look. I gotta get on to yellowtails, especially if I'm gonna have all this space once I get rid of these damn crappets.
And depending on where you source said future yellowtail, yeah, that was hurtful.
on this program.
How dare you?
I feel like I bit a hole in my tongue right as he said that. Ow.
Well, with this wall right here, I see Eastern Indigo Space.
Yeah. That
Riley,
would, yeah.
Riley, you're making a face at me.
As far as Dry Marcon goes, they're like the bottom of the list for me.
I
Why?
mean, okay.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Explain yourself. Defend your answer.
Fight Club, go.
Go.
They are, I don't want to say tired, but like been
See,
there, done that.
but I haven't.
I haven't kept them, but like I've been aware of them. I understand the conservation status. They're beautiful. There's two phases. There's the all black, and then there's the red throat, and I think they're stunning. But I've been corrupted by seeing the beauty of a big wild-caught yellowtail, a huge, gorgeous, clean blacktail, a stunning, absolutely stunning, large rubidus with the white flecks and the red belly, and then you just see a black, like an all black one. You're like, that's amazing. But like, I saw these ones first, and these things are like, there's just something different about. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Maybe if I seen them in a different sequence, I don't know, it would be different.
No,
but
I get
For
it.
me, I think there's something incredible about the largest native snake to the entire
hell
North
yeah.
American continent.
hell yeah,
Something that's out there cruising around downing rattlesnakes, essentially the American
Mhm.
version of a black-headed python.
mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And I don't know. It's interesting because out of all the Crebo, the yellowtails do it for me the least.
Really?
Oh.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Let's
Well,
analyze that.
how much time do you have?
Wait, not enough. Not enough.
Not much. I got dinner coming. Let's
Right.
reel it back in. Bring it back on carpet pythons.
Lucas,
And-
write me an essay on what's wrong with you and send it, and we'll have it prepared for next time.
I'm
can
with
do
you.
that.
I'm with you, Lucas. I think that the indigo is sort of out of that complex or genus or whatever they want to call them. To me, I think it's to what Riley's point is, right? I think that when I was a kid and opening up the TFH book of snakes or whatever it was, I can't remember how to keep snakes, whatever it was. You would flip to the page and there was this all black snake with this red throat, and you're just like, what the hell is this? You know, like I just have a corn snake and a garter snake, you know. Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. You know, it was funny on Colubrids and Colubroid Radio, CCR. We're gonna call it CCR
Thank
from
you.
going forward.
Just make it
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
isn't that a
No one-
band?
Yeah,
one gets
Cleveland's
mad at us.
Clearwater
Yes,
Revival.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Come on,
yes.
Lucas.
That's exactly
What? I knew what it was.
Sort of.
Wait, that's Fear the Reaper, right?
No,
Oh,
that's
good
Blue Oyster
God.
Cult.
Okay, see, you should be yelling at Owen, not me.
I don't know
No,
why that popped in
here's
my
here's
head.
what we're gonna do. Eric, continue. Oh, what just happened?
I had to quit. He said, "Don't fear the Reaper." Oh God, I forget, Owen. You're younger than me, so
No,
I forget. I forget.
And I know it's Blue Oyster Cult. I don't know why that popped in my head that way, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Okay, so yeah, CCR is he fits that bill so perfectly. Wouldn't he be perfect doing that?
Yeah, the tiny sweater that doesn't fit him.
Yep.
I love it. Anyway, CCR, they're Bad Moon Rising.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I got it.
Anyway, so what was I saying? CCR. Oh yeah, no.
Indigos.
Jennifer was talking about. She was talking about. So I don't know her age, but she's probably from my generation, maybe a little bit older. And she was talking about how her first snake was a retic.
Oh yeah.
I heard that too.
Jesus.
And, I think back to those days, and it's funny that when you went to the pet shop to buy a snake, you saw, I forget what the one she was trying to get.
A boa.
I want to say it was a boa, right?
It was a boa, but her dad didn't like it because it was thick and bulkier than
He's
the
like,
tiny
look
stringy
at that little
retic.
thingy there. Look at that little retic there. That'll be good. And then and plus it's a wild caught retic on top of it. And I remember we find Bigfoot
Just for you, Owen.
Head trade.
You have
Let's
to
see.
keep your Sasquatch localities pure. No outcrossing.
That's
Yeah.
true. We can't have hybrid squatches.
That's right.
No Yeti Squatch crosses.
Bobo
Not
does
Owen's.
not stand for that, man.
Owen's a
Bobo-
purist, in case you didn't know. So
He's already
keeping his
got the
Squatch
squirrel
colonies
cage.
pure.
You could probably put a baby Squatch in that.
He eats the squirrel.
Ow!
Owen don't know what to say. He's frozen.
Quick, somebody mute him.
Anyway, she was talking about the wild retic, and I remember when my dad got a retic, and it was a wild caught retic, and god damn was that thing vicious, and it was big, and what a handful. So when I started getting back into pythons again in like the early 2000s, I got a retic, and I remember him telling me, he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you? Don't you remember the retic?" I was like, "Dad, they're different now." Bullshit, they're different. The thing's gonna eat you. What kind of salesperson told you that they were different? That's bullshit. You know it. I'm like, Dad, these are captive bred. What? What are you talking about? Nobody breeds them in captivity. I'm like, I'm telling you, man, it's the
They
new
got a bunch of
world.
different colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Saw a lot of those at Anaheim, that's for sure.
We say that, and then my pie tried to rip my face off every time he saw me. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I danced with that 13-foot pie ball at Costco's place and in a very small room, and that was uncomfortable.
yeah, I feel like the by the way,
I'll be right back. Hold the fort down.
I got new glass coming because I had to repair. I never fully repaired that cage. And with the Argentines coming, I'm like, let's
You're
go
gonna
bigger.
need that.
So
You're gonna need that. They are a heavy snake.
I got those, but then I ordered those, and then it turns out that the Argentines are coming with their cages that I also ordered. So they're coming with the 8-footers that'll have the heavy tempered glass. So
Beautiful.
Nice.
yes, this will be for other things. So I'll be able to set up, I think, maybe my white lips, because I have 3 8-footers coming, one for my retic that is still here and growing, and then for the Argentines, and I'll be able to set up the white lips and some 6-footers to try to experiment with that. And I think tomorrow I'm going to redo the tunnel for my Timors.
Okay.
So the
Awesome.
tunnel system, because I figured, and this will be kind of like, a nice thing. I figured we're going to do the tunnel, and then if you go to the PVC section of any hardware store, they have the caps that you can twist onto a PVC pipe.
Mm-hmm.
They have some that have grates so they can see and smell through it. So my figuring is to put the grates so that they can see and smell through it.
Kind of like a howdy.
Exactly a howdy. I love that you're still in the zoo setting. or like, I'm like, I want to say howdy door, but I don't think they know. That's right. Riley does. So
I still contribute zoologically.
I'm in a master's program for zoo science.
all right, good. I'm glad I have the right audience. So I was figuring the best way to do this is to open one end and leave the grate on the other end. And then when the male is in the tube pressed up against the grate, that's when he wants to go in there, let him in. So basically allow them to figure it out for me. And then I was thinking about doing the same for the white lips. So
that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
give them every opportunity to use those chemical cues.
Exactly. So they'll have their own cages, water, heat sources, space to themselves. But then when the male is cruising and he'll follow her, he'll find her. And if he's pressed up against in the tube, that's when to open it up. And this is a lot of the stuff that I actually got from talking with Shane about the Halmaheras. He's like, I knew that it was time to put the boy up there when I came in and he was up against the glass, like, let me in. So what I'm the idiot monkey here who doesn't know when to put the snakes together. Take me out of it, let them figure it out.
Sure.
So
100%.
Make it easy for them to give you all the cues.
Good
You're
point.
so smart. Oh,
No. That was just pointed out.
I know.
I did not see what was going on here.
No,
but-
all seriousness, I think that truly is a really great idea. I'm excited to hear how that goes.
If it makes it easier and it gets success, why not? I mean,
yeah.
Because then for all I know, I'm missing it because he's not in her cage when she's ready to go.
Right.
So make them figure it out for me.
Yeah, I really liked the episode with Shane, and that was one of the things that stuck out. The other thing, obviously, being his humidity cycling. Are you thinking
that
about
today,
that
and
at
I
all?
thought that was interesting.
I was thinking about that. I'm not sure how I would do it without wrecking my basement. Because I
It's
have like
wet in here.
Exactly. I have like a drop ceiling with that like stupid stuff that if it gets wet, it's just going to be a sponge and expand and collapse.
The popcorn.
Right. So I have that, and then also the tortoise is in there in the wintertime. So I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do it unless I put like a piece of plywood up against their cage and like a hose and like just feed it in there.
Well, for the tortoise, if you do have decent amount of basking lights over them, even in the winter, if you're running humidity, that might help stave off a lot of the moisture over them.
Yeah, one tortoise. God damn it!
What happened to your babies?
The babies are leaving. The babies are only here temporarily. God damn it!
You think that? You think
Shut
she's gonna let any of those go?
No. I am hoping.
You're high.
I know. No, they need to leave.
Look at him saying no, looking up at the Lord like no. He's like up at the sky like no, dear Lord, don't let them stay.
My one friend's finishing his basement. He's like, I can't. The tortoises and the temperature fluctuations, and I'm like, fine. But then, like, she's taking care of them. She's got them all set up. She's redone their cage. She's got all this.
She's named them.
Not
she's
yet.
Adopted them. She's keeping them.
She's talking about putting nail polish on them so she knows which one's which and to make sure each one's eating. And I'm like,
she is keeping them.
No,
that was nice. You should always speak into the mic like that.
Owen.
No.
It's that
you
FM
have
voice.
multiple sulcatas.
Right now, yes. No. God,
this is your conscious speaking.
No, that
you traded retics for sulcatas.
I traded retics.
You get one mulligan. You are stuck with these.
First off, I have had many mulligans. So many mulligans. So
you've gone through multiple genies in the lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. So
oh man.
But yeah, I'll figure it out. I also don't want to throw too much of them in one year because I know there's a whole thing of like throwing Jello at the wall and seeing what sticks, and then changing a lot of shit each year. One thing at a time, I think would be okay. So this year, Howdy Door and things like that, and then next year maybe we'll try to bump the humidity. They all have like litter, like cat litter pans as their water bowls, so they have a shit ton of water that they can slide into.
Move it onto the heat.
Yeah. So
move it over to the warm end of the cage. See if that does anything.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So that, or I can also mist down the cages if I really wanted to.
Right.
So, I'm assuming you already have humid hides in there for them.
Oh yeah, moss and everything like that.
Yeah.
They don't really like I mean, the Timors like it, but they'll also do shit on top of the cold high, or they have a ledge on the cold side, so they'll go over there too. But they do use the entire cage, so that's also why I kind of like the idea of opening it up so that they have this now. It went from a 2 6-foot cages to during breeding season they have a 12-foot fucking cage to do whatever they want to do with. So
yeah, tons of zones too.
And to be honest, I bought a piece of scrap PVC that's about hip high to make the tunnel out of. And because the cages are up against each other, it's only going to be like a 3-inch long tunnel. Like, so perfect. I have enough to do all the cages in the stack. So
nice.
Might even do it for the olive pythons.
It's a great idea.
This will be the way to do shit. So
yeah. You might find that it just makes all of your breeding processes a little bit smoother as far as being a little more hands off.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I had the way to do it, I would set that up for the Crebo instantly, because then it's like figure out when you two need to be together. Because I keep getting slugs. That's why I haven't pulled the trigger on any yellowtails, because I feel like I need to figure out the shit I got now, and then we'll start expanding.
Are you seeing a lock at all with them?
Nah, they're very secretive.
Because
I do see bite marks.
I can't speak to anything other than my one experience, but man, when they went at it, their behavior was different. The female was like visibly more receptive. She wasn't as flighty and like running away. And if you know monitor lizards, so you know when monitors get that head twitch when there's a female receptive, the male Crebos do that.
Yeah.
So you'll see that happen, and then all of a sudden, Eric? Oh, there you go. Yeah. All of a sudden, they're much more receptive, and the male will actually be in a very dedicated pursuit. And then, I saw lots of tail flapping and flailing and whatnot. And then afterwards, once they were like avoiding each other, like by the end of the day, I separated them, and that was the only time I ever saw like really noticeable interested behavior engaging one another.
That's what I've done with white lips, and I would say that I've seen them get comfortable with each other, and I've left them in overnight once or twice, but I would say I would also only introduce them like the day after they've eaten, because my female is a little bit bigger than my male, and my male is like, he'll eat a medium rat off tongs, and then he'll eat like a bowl of fish and chicken and stuff like that. Where my female will eat the rat, the fish, everything out of a bowl. So she just pounds food, and he's maybe eats the medium rat and then a couple chickens, one fish, and then he sleeps. Gotcha. So, which reminds me, I went to my store and they actually had like fish, nice. Like whole fish with like the head cut off and then like gutted. And I'm like, oh shit, Crebo food. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind it was?
Yeah, what kind?
No, I do not know. Redner's had it, and they were just
What's it look like?
A fish. What are you talking about?
Fish Eric, clearly he's never worked at a fish counter.
Yeah,
I forget what it was called, but it was
croaker, whiting,
haddock,
whiting.
There
you go.
Yeah, so it was whiting, and they had them in these packs where I guess they had already kind of butchered them, taken the heads off and gutted them, and they were like $6 for a pack. So I cleared them all. I took them all with me.
That is still something that I really wonder that I haven't been able to find an answer to, is whether it matters if we're feeding ocean fishes to snakes that would never encounter saltwater environments.
I don't think it matters, because once you take everything out of it, except for like the meat, who gives a shit?
Well, and the other thing is too.
You're not feeding the whole fish.
Well, they already took the head off of it and gutted it.
I guess the question becomes less about the snake and more about the anatomy of the fish, and is it particularly high in salts?
I mean, protein's protein. I mean, I'm feeding them chicken that would not be anything that would be anywhere near a bird that they would get in Australia.
Right.
What do you feed
they don't
it
live in
to?
Salt water.
What are you feeding it to?
I don't know, dude. I'll feed it to whatever. I mean, my
Crebos, cobras.
Well, I thought we were talking about a specific species because you said they wouldn't see it in Australia.
Well, yeah, because I fed last week. I had an extra tilapia fillet, and I fed it to one of my carpets.
Oh, okay.
So
Do you remove
I
the
mean,
guts?
what of the fish?
It's cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The
guess that
tilapia
would-
is usually in
The
clean.
tilapia
fillet.
is just the damn fillet. Like you take the tilapia fillet and you cut it. It's got like
Yeah.
a big meaty side, and then
For
it's got
sure.
a thinner side. The meaty side, I throw that right to like the Chinese king rats, Vietnamese blue beauties, Kribo, and I fed carpets with it. The thin side, I'll cut it down into chunks and feed that to the smaller colubrids like corn snakes, kings. But I've also fed that to other carpets too.
Yeah. I guess never mind. That wouldn't be a thing then. Yeah.
I know if I eat tilapia, my eyes swell up.
Oh, you might be allergic.
I mean, what's wrong?
Don't eat the tilapia.
Dude, what's wrong with you? Stop
Literally
doing
swell
it.
up. Yeah.
Tilapia
Eric's
is
like,
like
I
a
wonder if that'll
shit
happen
fish
again.
to eat anyway.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like-
I mean,
it's
they're-
not good.
I give it to my
I was gonna
snake.
say that, like, you know what they kind of eat, right?
It's a flounder fish.
Yeah.
It's a bottom feeder. That's why I went to BJ's and they actually sell frozen tilapia, like skin
Whole
on.
tilapia.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, cool. I might buy this for my snakes. It's like this fucking wide. Like it is
Yeah.
a
You're gonna
big
do some
fish.
prep work.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, never mind. Fillets are
Yeah.
better. Like
Yeah.
but I usually try to do the thinner, like tube like white fish with the skin on it, stuff like
Mhm.
that. So
Mhm. Yeah.
eh.
Oh
Ew.
boy. Yeah, that's about right. That's
Ew.
why my eyes swell up.
Ugh. Gross.
Well, the snakes are doing fine with it, so I'm not
I'm
eating
sure,
it.
I'm sure a snake can eat it, but I don't know if I
My
would eat
Kribos
it.
like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kribos
not as
seem
bad
to
as
not give a damn.
Asa.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Why
You
don't
guys
you-
are making me hungry though. It's weird.
Why
Yeah.
don't you feed it barramundi?
Barramundi.
If I could get it.
We used to
we
get
have it
barramundi.
at shop, right? Yeah.
See,
Oh, right
there
on.
we go.
Hey, I
I
don't
see that, I'm
live.
grabbing
I don't
some.
live in the fancy part of Philadelphia where there are shop rights.
Dude,
Like it's.
you saw where I work. There's nothing fancy about where I work. The store might be fancy, but there's
but
nothing
nothing else.
fancy about
Nothing
where
else.
I work.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I would not mind doing that. Like, dude, it's just that if you're not careful, you can go nuts. And
Yeah.
but yeah, no, dude, they'll take a lot more than what people think. They don't need to be frozen rat shit. Like my carpets, I'll feed them like chicken thighs, legs, wings. They'll eat it. So
You know,
Sure.
the thing that I've often wondered with that, no, we don't have lanternflies by me,
I do.
but Owen does, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I've often wondered with feeding like a chicken leg or a chicken thigh or something like that, are they, because it's not whole prey at that point, right? Am I wrong to think that way?
I mean,
not
it's
get
It
not.
doesn't have the organs and,
Right.
and like all the skin and roughage and stuff.
Right.
So I mean, technically
Yeah,
by
but-
definition, it's not, but it still
So-
has good stuff.
Yeah, but the
No,
feathers
yeah,
are
yeah,
just
yeah,
shit
absolutely.
out like I fed a whole fucking chicken to my retic. Like we're
Right.
talking and I fed
whole
the wing.
chicken.
Yeah, and I had to cut the wings off because it was a pretty big bird.
Right.
And I fed those to the Kribo. The Kribo just shit out all the feathers. Like same
Yeah.
thing with the retic. So it's
Comes
not
out
like,
the
oh my
exact same shape.
oh my god, we're not including the feathers. Like they're not digested anyway. It just
Right,
comes
right.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just comes
So-
right out.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I just always think like, I guess in my head, like that you have to feed snakes whole prey, but
And I
I
would
guess
say-
you don't.
I would say yes, you do, but I'm saying that this is kind
Well,
of
you're sort of doing a mixed diet, then,
Right,
But you couldn't
exactly.
feed them that all the time, do you think?
Yeah,
Or
I-
no?
I think you could, but you're missing a lot of shit because it's just the basic
I
protein.
think you'd run into digestive issues.
I
doing
think you
only
would,
that.
and then I also think that the problem is that you would, the size of a chicken leg, the amount of protein that's in that versus a whole rat, they can't be even. So you're gonna throw off a couple things, and I think a lot of those is how you would get. Like I know monitors that are kept on a non-whole prey diet get fat quick.
They get fat
and-
and they have runny poop.
Exactly. So I think sparingly is fine. I would say that the weird thing is that like my rat snakes will eat a chicken wing and then they'll just shit out the bone. So like everything is like dissolved off this bone and it's just like a chicken bone in the freaking cage.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
So
that's wild.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'd like to learn more about how snake anatomy and biology works. Like what's the going on inside? Like, we talk about muscles and stuff, and I guess because they're just so different than humans or what we would do for us, you know what I mean? Is the same rules apply? So I don't know. That just fascinates me.
If I ate chicken wings every day for the rest of my life, I'm pretty sure I would have issues. But
well, yeah,
sparingly. Fine.
Yeah,
that sounds really good. I might order chicken wings.
Hey, you guys are making me super hungry right now. I went to the deli today. This nice old school deli. I got a bunch of like good salami and prosciutto and capicola and some good cheese.
Oh, the real
crackers.
thing,
dude. Yeah, I went big. I got the good stuff.
Special treat for Riley on Snake Day arrival.
Yeah.
Salami.
It's not for me. It's for my better half. She puts up with me on Snake Day arrival.
Okay, I see.
You can make a charcuterie board.
That's the damn plan, son.
So
got me a good bottle of wine too.
Distract her with the sandwich so she doesn't see you sneaking snakes into the other room. Yeah.
There
You gotta stop talking about food. Y'all are like literally making my stomach growl right now.
Yeah. Well, we're at 2 hours anyway, so I
Yeah.
guess, we can.
We can probably go away.
You could.
Yeah.
I do need to reinforce the light a little bit more for that male Apodora. He's determined to rip that off the ceiling, so I'm going to go dodge a few more bites and get that squared.
I'm gonna push cages around until something makes sense.
Tetris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put it here. Cool. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
Move it around.
It got to the point where I pretty much just have power strips connected to every outlet in the room. So wherever they go, I can plug them in somewhere.
Pro tip: put a swivel in the ceiling, put them all up on that as you're moving it around.
Yep.
Just have all the cables up in the air.
That
Wait,
or you
what?
go to Walmart and they have the really long freaking power strips.
Yes. They're like this long.
Yep, you plug it into the wall
It's got
and
like
you
20.
mount it.
Plenty of space. You got like
Yeah,
this
on your
much
ceiling.
space
Yep.
between
And-
each plug.
And
Plug
they
everything
twist.
up.
Great.
Yeah, and you mount it.
I got them right up there.
Yep, you mounted
Yeah.
it about. Well, it wouldn't be your
On
eye
the
level.
ceiling?
No. I'm about to
On
say
the
about
wall,
eye.
high.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
okay.
gonna say about eye level, but that might be a little too short. So you might want to go like at Owen eye level. So
Not Eric
go-
eye level.
Not Eric
Like-
eye level. That's like to the floor. We can't see. None of that is. No.
Like the really long
Yes.
power strips?
Yes.
Okay.
Mount
Yeah,
them-
that's
mount them on the wall so that the plugs for all your cages and stacks and stuff go up.
a really good idea.
Yeah.
I
It's
have
almost
work
like
That's the
to
only
do.
kind we have.
It's almost like we've done this
Pro tip.
before.
Yeah.
NPR pro tip:
Yeah.
Yeah.
put all your outlets high up on the wall, put things on a
Right.
swivel, and make your life a merry-go-round of snakes.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yes.
that's usually my biggest issue is like cord lengths and
Where
distance to power.
wherever
Yes.
you have an outlet, plug in one of those power strips and then go up.
Then
'Cause
there's
you
so
can
much
move stuff
power.
around. Yes.
The
All right.
power!
Okay.
Here's another pro tip. If you want to enjoy carpets and coffee, why don't you head on over to the Teespring store and you can pick up very many of the Teespring coffee cups, like carpets and coffee. All of the podcast logos are over there on the Teespring store, and you can join us and sip some nice, beautiful, dark roasted coffee, or like Owen has his iced coffee. And if you prefer afternoon cocktails like the Claw, then you can, enjoy. So,
The claws are master.
Oh, God.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you can find them all over there on the Teespring store. So,
And while you're looking up the Teespring store, don't forget to go over to Patreon. Join if you haven't already. Support the NPR
Pet the
network.
dog nicely, Lucas. Nice
And-
pet.
Don't
Not
forget to
Ross pet.
subscribe to the YouTube channel,
That's
NPR Network
important.
YouTube channel.
yes.
Definitely do that. Grow these numbers, and we'll keep doing it. And check out all the myriad of Morelia and more podcasts on the Morelia Python Radio Network.
There you go.
How'd I
You guys
do?
did Good. That's all right.
Excellent.
Solid,
Very professional.
solid B plus.
Hey, that's just like my high school average.
Good job.
That's not bad at all. That's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah. Very good. And if you want to check everything out, you can go over to the Website, MoreliaPythonRadio.com. If you want to get in touch with us, info at Morelia Python Radio. And don't forget, the calendar contest is going on,
baby.
And it's coming to a close very soon. So get your pictures in there. We do have an update. Once again, I left everybody else in charge of things.
No.
I wasn't involved in this.
I was not involved.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Bullshit on all of that because I posted in the chat that all of us share. Am I missing anything? And I put it all out there.
I just assumed that you copied and pasted from last year.
I
did not.
I was too afraid to respond because when I gave my great, well thought out, serious idea of category of the year, you were like, and then Riley was like, don't respond before you drink coffee. And everyone was like, meh.
That's true. He did say that.
Everybody shot me down.
Listen.
So that's your calendar.
No, listen. You're going to get abuse regardless, so you might as well speak up.
Yes. So the Darwin carpet python was left out for something like, say, I don't know, Somalia scrub python or,
all right.
But we're going to put it on the cover. So typically we put the logo on the cover, but this year we will put the Darwin carpet. Maybe we should put the scrub on the cover. I don't know.
Something will be on the damn cover.
I can't believe we have a Morelia calendar and not have all the Morelia in the calendar. You know what I mean? It just
it's so hard because I'm like, well, because I combined Owen Pelly and Bull and I because we'd get like what 2 entries for each, and it'd be like cool. So I combined those. So I was thinking about combining Darwin and IJ, but then I figured you lose your goddamn mind.
How dare you, sir?
So
I'm glad you left it out. I would rather you leave it out than combine them.
I'm like, well, I could combine Darwin and Inland, but somebody would probably lose their mind too. So I forgot Darwin. So
So
I fixed it.
Yeah, he did. He did fix it. So anyway, the calendar contest ends at the end of the month.
October 1st.
It will be cut out. We will draw the winners soon after that. And should be cool. And then we'll have them for sale. And
sweet. And then
nice.
I have a video of the unboxing that happened here that I have to send to Lucas. And Lucas has a video of his unboxing. Riley didn't take a video because he sucks. And then
how do you know that?
Did you?
No.
Exactly. And Eric didn't take a video because he didn't know his was coming. So
but there will be videos.
There will be videos.
I filmed stuff. It includes the new animal. That'll be happening at some point.
All right. And then I think the next big one is I'm going to take a ton of video of what happens in Arizona. So
nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to strap a GoPro to you and go.
It's going to say Owen Vision flashing in the corner as you see the video.
Wouldn't it be some shit if a Sasquatch?
I was just going to say the same thing. If he finds a fucking squatch.
What would you do? Seriously, what would you do?
Break the camera.
You would break it.
Break the camera.
So if you found video clear as crystal clear,
no,
you would throw it away.
Kill whoever's with you.
FYI, nobody go herping with Owen. He's liable to murder you.
I have said that to Eric numerous times because we're in the woods and he's like, "What would you do if a Squatch came out right there?" I'm like, "I'd have to kill you because I will not go back to civilization and eat the amount of crow that I would have to eat for all the bullshit that I've said. You would have to die. Like that's."
I wouldn't give you any bullshit, man. I would be happy that you shared the video.
No,
and I would be happy with it.
No.
I can't speak for the rest of the Morelia Python radio community.
It would probably stop all the random, Bigfoot beard kits being sent to your door.
No.
I just think it would be funny that how ironic of all people to find Bigfoot. Owen Vision finds Bigfoot.
I would destroy the camera and Eric would be like, "What happened? Don't know."
Look, Snake Daddy even just gave us the locations you need to go.
Oh yeah, Johnny's on it. Johnny and I were talking about it this weekend at Anaheim. I saw him down there. So
is Snake Daddy somebody named Johnny?
Yeah, it's Johnny.
What's up, Johnny? I like Snake Daddy.
Yeah, we like that.
No.
So very good. No. I am going to put Rob on the mission to find where the Sasquatch have been found on iNaturalist. And
if that is a part of iNaturalist, I seriously.
Oh, I hope it is. I need to go look.
I have serious questions about the validity of that.
Troll the troll, man. Put it up there. See what happens. Like,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Wonderful. So everybody keep on the lookout for those videos that will be
Yes.
on this YouTube channel. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel to see those very easily. If you want to get in contact with me, you can find me at Centralian Exotics, and I will have baby Brettles for all who want it.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Owen, why are you shaking your head at me?
Because he doesn't have baby Brettles for everybody, and
I
he's
have
mad
baby bread line
for everybody.
Unbelievable.
for 6 people. It's all I have left.
Unbelievable. That's actually what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to feed all the other 2 clutches that shed over the past couple days.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, enjoy your snakes and your 4-legged creatures. Yes, and
8-legged.
And 8-legged.
No, can't enjoy those.
No, just me.
No,
Just
no,
me?
I haven't
Oh,
ate.
shoot.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh,
I guess
shit,
I'll
I
see
gotta-
myself out.
Chicken wing time.
I
Right.
gotta go put these geckos away, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Have fun with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
See, you got legs too. All right.
Yep.
Bye.
Those are food legs.
Bye.
Oh, God.
And this show, god damn it.